You've done everything in your power to make her feel special. You've been there for her, shown her love, and made her a priority in your life. You've given her your time, your energy, and maybe even parts of yourself that no one else has ever seen. And yet, despite all of that, she's pulling away. It's frustrating, right? You thought love was about effort, about showing up, proving your worth, and making sure she knows how much she means to you. But the more you try, the more distant she becomes. It feels like the harder you hold on, the faster she slips through your fingers. Here's the brutal truth. You can't convince someone to love you by overgiving. That's not how attraction works. In fact, the more you revolve your life around her, the less she values your presence. The moment she realizes she has you completely, when there's no mystery, no excitement, no challenge, her interest starts to fade. You stop being someone she desires and start becoming someone she merely tolerates. If this situation sounds familiar, don't worry. You're not alone and you're not doomed to keep repeating the same cycle. The problem isn't that you're not good enough, it's that you're giving too much too soon and in the wrong way. Let's break this down and figure out exactly how to turn things around. 1. Stop chasing, it's pushing her away. I get it. You think the way to win her over is by constantly proving your devotion, always being available, always checking in, always making sure she knows she's the most important person in your world. But let me tell you something. History has shown that chasing too hard doesn't bring people closer. It pushes them away. Look at King Henry VIII and Anne Boleyn. Back in the 1500s, Henry had everything: power, wealth, status, but Anne refused to be just another woman in his life. She made him wait. She didn't throw herself at him. And what did Henry do? He went to extreme lengths to win her over, so much so that he broke away from the Catholic Church just to marry her. But here's the twist. The moment Anne gave in and became his, he lost interest. Within a few years, she went from being the woman he obsessed over to the woman he sent to her execution. Now, obviously, relationships today don't play out that dramatically, but the principle remains the same. The chase is what fuels desire. Once a person no longer feels the need to put in effort, the excitement starts to fade. If you're always available, always giving, and always putting her first, she has no reason to invest in you. And if she doesn't have to work for you, she won't value you. So here's what you need to do. Step back. Let her feel your absence. Let her wonder where you are. If she's truly interested, she'll reach out. If she doesn't, then she was never truly yours in the first place. 2. Become unforgettable, not replaceable. Think about the air you breathe. You need it to survive, yet you never stop to appreciate it, because it's always there. Now compare that to something rare, like a stunning sunset you almost missed, or a song that instantly takes you back to an unforgettable moment. That's the difference between being replaceable and unforgettable. If you're constantly available, always responding immediately, always saying yes to her, you become predictable. Just background noise. And no one remembers background noise. Now think about the people who have left a lasting impression on your life. Maybe it was someone who had a certain charisma, confidence, or independence that made them stand out. The ones we can't forget are the ones who didn't make themselves too easy to have. They had their own life, their own passions, their own priorities. That's exactly how you need to be. You can either be the guy she takes for granted, or you can be the one she's afraid to lose. The difference of a man with purpose, ambition, and a life that doesn't revolve around her. If she feels like you drop everything for her at a moment's notice, she won't value you. But if she realizes that she has to work for your attention, that you're not just sitting around waiting for her, she'll start seeing you differently. 3. The strongest men know when to walk away. The most powerful position you can have in a relationship, the ability to walk away. That's not arrogance, it's self-respect. The second you start begging for love, over-explaining yourself, or waiting around for her to decide if you're worth it, you've already lost. Powerful men throughout history, the ones women chased, were never the ones groveling for attention. They were the ones who had options, who knew their value, and who didn't waste time trying to convince someone to love them. If she's pulling away, playing games, or making you question yourself, walk away. Don't send that extra text. Don't sit around wondering if she's thinking about you. Because here's the hard truth. If you have to convince someone to want you, they don't truly want you. A woman doesn't want a man who needs her. She wants a man who chooses her, but who also has the confidence to walk away if she stops reciprocating. She needs to feel that if she stops showing up, you won't just sit around waiting, you'll keep moving. 4. Emotional control is everything. The moment you lose control of your emotions, you lose control of the situation. Women aren't drawn to men who crumble under pressure. They're drawn to men who stay steady, no matter what. Too many guys make this mistake. Everything seems fine, but then she starts acting distant. Instead of staying calm, he panics. He starts texting nonstop, overanalyzing everything, and trying to fix what might not even be broken. The more he does this, the more she pulls away. Why? Because desperation kills attraction. Instead of overreacting, be the guy who keeps his cool. Don't chase, don't beg. Stay confident in your own value. More often than not, she'll come back because she'll see that you're not dependent on her for your happiness. 5. The key to keeping her interest? Live your own life. If you make her the center of your world, you lose yourself. And when you lose yourself, you lose her respect. Ever wonder why some guys naturally attract women without even trying? It's not magic, it's because they're focused on their own growth, goals, and purpose. And that energy, it's magnetic. Women don't want a guy who sits around waiting for their approval. They want a man who is already moving forward, with or without them. So instead of obsessing over her, obsess over you. Hit the gym, build your career, learn new skills, create a life so amazing that a woman sees you and thinks, damn, I want to be part of that. And here's the irony. When you stop chasing, that's when she notices you the most. Final thought, you are the prize. At the end of the day, you have 2 choices. Keep chasing, overthinking, and waiting for her approval. Become the man who doesn't need to chase because he knows his worth. It's not about playing games. It's about realizing that the real prize isn't her, it's you. So the question is, are you going to keep running in circles? Or are you going to step up and own your worth? The choice is yours.